Well, this past Easter, I was looking for a good Easter movie to, watch and talk and show it. I didn't want to spend any money, so I couldn't find a free version of the Ten Commandments or Ben Hur or anything like that. And I already did Passion of Christ and Jesus of Lazarus. So I thought, you know what, I'll do Barabbas. I heard there's an older version of Barabbas that's really good. Couldn't find that. So I thought, well, maybe I'll do the Russian version of Barabbas. And that was a train wreck. This movie is very bad. It's terrible. It's a terrible movie. Okay, the acting's bad. Now couldn't watch it in Russian, so I had to watch like the dub version, and the dub English version is very bad. Very bad. You can tell that they're trying to put emotion, like the action of the actors are trying to put emotion, but the English has no emotion go along with the actors. So whatever they're doing on screen kind of takes away everything. And then the acting itself is not very good. It's a very low, cheap budget, and I didn't really like the story. So if you don't know, I guess I should tell you what Barabbas is about. It's about the guy who the Jews traded or freed so that the Romans would crucify Jesus. And this movie is basically about those 3 days. What was Barabbas doing for those 3 days that he was in the tomb? So it starts off basically the night that Jesus gets betrayed. Barabbas kills a priest because they called the girl he loved a whore or something like that. So he kills him. Turns out the girl he loved was the sister of Judas Iscariot, and that Judas was lied to and betrayed by the Jews himself, and that she kind of helped that along, and then she had regrets when Judas hung herself, and then she kind of portrays Barabbas a little bit in this one. The main villain is not Barabbas himself. He was just in prison because he killed a priest who was talking bad about his woman. That was his biggest crime. Nothing bad about that. The biggest villain is the Jewish priest that turns in Jesus and has him crucified. Barabbas has his mentor guy who's not part of the apostles, but he kind of walks around like he's second to Jesus in a little way. He's like always condemning the apostles themselves, talking down to them, criticizing them. Even Barabbas has a moment where he's criticizing James and Peter, well, all 12 of them, talking down to them. It's like, dude, I was like, man, this is like blasphemy, basically. This movie's like blasphemy. You got Barabbas, who's more faithful to Jesus than the apostles themselves. That's how this movie comes across. And when he dies, he does get arrested again, but not for murder this time. He ends with him being arrested and being put to death because he believes in Jesus is the Christ and the Son of God. And that's why he gets killed at the end of the movie. And like I said, it just comes all across that him and his mentor are better than the apostles themselves. The apostles get ridiculed left and right by them, count them like traitors to him and stuff like that. Joseph and Mary. Joseph is still alive, but for some reason he abandoned Mary. He's off there doing his carpenter work without them. He's like, his goal was just to be there for her to give labor and then to dump her, let her and Jesus live off by themselves. I guess after he turned 12 or whatever, I don't know. But Joseph was the one who convinces Barabbas that Jesus is the Christ. Overall, I would stay away from this movie. It's not very good unless you're just looking for a movie that's different about the 3 days that Jesus is in the tomb. I don't know what I was expecting. Wasn't expecting that. I was expecting trying to get to the American version. I heard the American version is worth watching. But this Russian version, everything is bad about it. But if you want to watch this on Amazon Prime, have you seen Barabbas, the Russian version? Let me know in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Do you think it's accurate? I don't know. Did take a lot of freedoms with that story, but what can you say? Have a great day. Until next time, bye.